and welcome back to the channel. Today's video will focus on the Volcan 700. As you remember, there was a Volcan, smaller version than this one, but looking similar in terms of the housing. Up there, you can watch the other video for the smaller version. This is the bigger brother or sister, whatever you want to call it. And this is the unit which might be more interesting to you off-grid folks or to you people just having a weekend trip planned or anything like that, and you need a little bit more power. This unit is definitely capable of charge your laptop, your DJI drone, or anything else when you're out there in the desert, skiing, or wherever you want to be, or you just want to chill at the lake or something like that. This unit, and maybe you can see it back there, we do have a Volcan Sol 120 watt solar panel as well, which can come with the unit or separate. So let's get started with the video and let me tell you more about the unit. And there will be a part 2 just specifically talking about the solar panel and talking about the app. So subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with those videos and you don't want to miss them. But first, we'll focus here on this unit, and I'll give you a sneak peek in the solar capability as well with this solar panel later in this video as well. Let's focus first on this power station, specifically talking about this battery, which is a lithium iron phosphate battery. The capacity is 512 watt hours, and the rated power output capacity is 700 watts. It has a peak of 1400 watts. Let's see if we can test that today. And it does charge with the AC input up to 500 watts, which means in around 1.3 hours it should be fully charged. That's pretty cool. And you can see it does have some LED blinking lights here on the side. When you turn it, you can see the front, you can see there's a display. Right now the device is powered on, and I have to be honest, a little bit at least. No, I have to be honest. I did use this unit already, and I just wanted to charge it to full 100%. And yeah, it's plugged in all the time already, and I think we reached full capacity. So it might need a full discharge before it can show again 100%. I'm not sure about that part, why it is, but at the moment it's plugged in and it says it is 97%. So didn't see this before, but I know it took longer at 99% before it switched to 100% last time. So we'll see how that plays out. This time we will try to give it a more thorough test for this video. As mentioned, I did use it already. I took it on a couple of trips. I used it with my car fridge. I used it also going on a ski trip and whatnot, camping. So it's been used, and I did charge it with different modes. In a car, with solar panel, I also charged it here with the power outlet. I used it also for some battery tests, so different opportunities. So this unit, as you can see it, that's the front, it's powered on, and we do have, I believe, sorry that might be wrong or not, but I believe it comes with this car charger, which I will show you where you can plug this in. And yes, this car charger does come with an XT60 connector. I'll get back to that in a minute. Then we have this package, which I believe came with the solar panel. They sell it as a set, but I think they send it to me separately, so that's why I'm not 100% sure. I was too excited ripping it open. But it is an MC4 connector as well as a DC output, both connecting into the XT60 connector. We'll talk about it later as well, because I had some struggle with one of them. Not because it didn't work, they worked, but it was the female and male connector. So, talking about this unit really quick, I think that's quite interesting. Here we have the dimensions, as well as the product weight. And it is a fairly lightweight battery, I would say. It's not huge, but it does come with a pretty well-powered AC outlet, and that is something which I really like. And it does come with some blinking lights as well, correct. Also, it comes with an app, which, to be honest, I almost forgot about the app. I downloaded the app, used the app, was happy that I was able to deactivate those lights, because I don't see any other opportunity or way to deactivate those lights. And then Google took down the app, which was quite funny, right before I wanted to start recording this video. So that was a bummer, so I waited a little longer. So that's why I was using this device more than I thought I would, which is good, which gives me more points to talk about and also tell you about. But the app is back. unfortunately, and that's why there's a part 2 as well, unfortunately, the apps do not work on my 2 Android devices, which I currently have, which is a Pixel 8 and a Xiaomi Pro 13, I believe. On both, the app starts, or you can download the app in the meantime, and it starts, but then it closes immediately. So I have to see how quickly they can fix it. So the quicker they fix it, the quicker I can put a video out. But speaking about the design, I mentioned it has this very futuristic design. I like it. It has this ambient light, which you don't have to use. You can turn it off with the app, but you can also turn on the light over here or in the app, which I like. There's a flash light and there's an SOS, I think, as well. Yeah, that was it. Went over it. It comes with a rubber handle, really good. Doesn't rattle around, that's nice. That's the rear. I'll turn it in a second again, and that's the other side, which looks similar to the other one, except it doesn't have the light. There's some outlets here and a fan on those sides. So I turn it back here. Let's speak about the front really quick. What can we see? We can see the display. What's cool, you can see the output, you can see the input. So you see if there's input like solar or AC power coming in from the wall outlet, or if there's an output. And I'll show you that with a little heater I've connected, which is 200 watts. You have to activate the AC, which is on the back side. Turn it on, then we have this little sign here popping up. And then we can see it is starting to run. It is a 200 watt heater, but obviously it needs a little bit more power to start, and then it will just get into the flow, as well as the inverter needs some power also from DC to AC. So that's something to keep in mind. So there we go. What you also can see, percentage adjusting and also the time remaining in the middle. And you have a little bar or graph here, and it tells you how much of a status you have. So kind of a battery full kind of thing. What's cool about it, when you use it at night with the app, you can deactivate those lights. Very important in my opinion. That's pretty cool. You have this display here. For the power and charging later, we have to deplete a little bit. So let me continue here. I said there's a power saving button for the AC, and when you turn it on, the product will automatically shut down after 1 hour of idle operation, or operation with current less than 20 milliamp. So that's something, keep that in mind. There's an automatic shutdown as well. Product will automatically shut down after 4 hours without load, operation with current less than 20 milliamp. And I did have one camping fridge which was drawing, it looks like way less because just LEDs were on when the compressor was not kicked on. And this unit also did shut off at one point because the power which it drew from this device, from this power station, was too little. So that's something which was unfortunate because it was still pulling some power. So it's also something which is very important to understand and see. Maybe you might not have this use case at all because you have other devices connected. I had just a fridge, and that's what happened to me. So let's continue. We do have normal USB outputs, USB 1 and 2 they call it, with 18 watts, and then we have also USB-C output up to 100 watts. And then we have the DC 12 volt here, and then we have a car fridge. That's not a car fridge. We have a cigarette lighter here, which you also can turn on with this DC. This one and this one you turn on, and then we also have a little LED illuminated up here, which seems to be a circle. Let's go to the back really quick. And on the back side you can see that we have, first of all, a fan outlet. We have the AC out, so that's something you want to turn on and off. That's for the inverter, for those two sockets. And then you have here a solar input, which is an XT60, and it is, as much as I can see, it's a male one. And then we have the charger here, which is fused with 15 amp. So AC charger here. That's where you connect the cable. But it's just a cable. It's just not one of those big transformers. And that's all. That's all there is. And then the fans on both sides. And there's one thing, and I think you can see it, maybe you cannot hear it, but I have connected a charger for the battery, which goes through the AC, the inverter, back on this device. I also have connected my heater, and it's acting up really weird because it cannot handle the, I guess, the frequency of the battery charger, which is so interesting. When I unplug it, it's good. So With a specific charger, I cannot charge it, which is quite interesting. In my case, it's a lithover. And whoop, up there is a video which specifically talks about this in a charger, but it's not usable with this power station, which is quite interesting. I did not expect this. So I would say we do a test first about if it's a pure sine wave, what we're pulling out here. Here I'm plugged in. Here we have the pure sine wave. And it looks pretty good, honestly. There is almost none movement, which is really nice, and you can see here in the corner 59.9 and 60.2 hertz. So that's quite good. I would say let me increase the load. Well, we will do a max test in a minute as well, but let me see how far we can go with the heat gun right now and how it reacts. Heat gun connected. I'm checking front because it's definitely higher than 700 watts. 710. Oh, nice. We are at 705. Ooh, yeah. Here you see the load. Oh, sorry, you cannot really see it. There we go. Let me change the perspective. There we go. 703 watts exactly with the heat gun. This is nice to see, my friends. I like that. We're pulling full capacity, a little bit above the capacity at least. According here to this one. Let me switch the setup so we can read it with an external device as well really quick. The 701 watt on the right side of this display. And it's also 701, 702 watts on this display. So that is spot on, almost spot on, really, really, really close. I'm impressed. Let's go overboard. It's not giving us more. Quite interesting to see. It's not giving us more. Here it's saying 794, 716. You heard it. Stop real quick. Let me go over the max so that it's level 2 of the heat gun. Yeah, now it's totally different. 716 output and 794. But you can hear the heat gun is not pushing all the way. Usually it's loud and level 2. It's just not giving more, but the heat gun is adjusting to that. That's quite interesting and cool. Let me change that a little bit up. All right, now we hear a fan, 54, and we can see it's 64 on this device, the power station itself. So there's it's a little off. But maybe we can go ahead and connect the little, it's back in here, hidden, heater, and go with the heat gun as well. In theory, it should be 200 plus 700, right? So let me start this. $770-ish. Let me go to level 2. And that's first time tripping. So you can see it's tripping. It did restart the inverter, still left it on 2, and it's struggling. I don't know if you can hear it up. It's coming back. The device itself, I hope you can hear it with my microphone. Hope it's picking up. There's a little fan in it. It's pretty quiet. And this heat gun usually goes up to 1200. It's yelling. I wasn't able to go far above 700 something. The peak I didn't see, so with 700 watts, like an AC, you cannot really run an AC because the inrush at the beginning, when you start the AC, is usually way above 1400. I feel like it's probably more to the 2000 or 1800. So this one would not be able to run and then reduce quickly enough probably to use it with this device anyways. But there might be use cases where you just want to have maybe a bigger heater running on low setting, and that might work. I mean, with the heat gun, you saw it up to 700, 770. That's quite good in my opinion so far. But I didn't see the 1400 peak so far. All right, I plugged it in here, turned the device, turned the power station around, have this external meter, watt meter in here, and then the multi adapter over here. So I have a little heater connected here. I have a USB charger, not USB, sorry, a MacBook charger over here, charging my MacBook. Just a MacBook up to 61 at the moment. Let's start and also get the heater up and running. So it needs to be adjusting. Sorry about the angle right now. Hope it doesn't bother you too much. But it's just a good indication also to see how you can use it. Right now we see 260 watts, and up front I see 240 watts-ish. So it's still adjusting. You can see it's dropping here as well. And you just saw we were able to charge up to 60 watts, I believe, a little bit. Let's see how much we get with just the USB here. But we can see it is charging, so that's good. Let me connect a second device, because I believe in total it's 100 watt. I think they're splitting the power. Oh yeah, there we go. That looks a little different. Yeah, that looks a little different. So both devices are on, connected. I'm logged in, and you can see it's drawing up to 100 watts. It's jumping up and down. As long as you get your device charged pretty quick, I think that's the most important. For comparison, I did plug in the AC charger for the MacBook right now. So it's charging now with around 40 watts. So it's similar to the USB-C. I feel like it's also jumping around. Maybe now it's stabilizing closer to 60 watts. Maybe. So for charging, you turn this device around. You open this up, and then you use your wire or connector, cable, power cord. They provide you with it. And then it should be charging. And you can see it's pumping up and increasing. It was claiming up to 500 watts. Let's see how much we're getting here from the wall. 430 watts we're pushing into this device. And we can see remaining time, it's 16 minutes until full, 15 minutes. That's what it's calculating, which is cool to see. And I was always wondering, can we even discharge something at the same time? Does that work? Because I think it's something very important for you and the users to see. Let me turn on my little space heater here, 200 watts. And we can see, yes, it does discharge at the same time. And it adjusts the time again. The watt going in didn't change. But it's still, it looks like the minutes until it's fully charged are still the same. So I'm wondering if it additionally pulls the heat at the moment from the power cord connected, because it didn't adjust anything. But you can use the inverter functionality with the AC output at the same time when charging, which is very important for a lot of users, me including. That is cool to see. Are those wires? So when you're in the car and you want to charge it in the car, so that would be the wire to charge it with, right? The thing is, and that's what I'm not sure about, you also have to plug it in back in here. So it means down here, that's where the XT60 connector is. That's where you plug in your cigarette lighter charger, or cigarette lighter car charger, what do you want to call it. You plug it in, that works. But this one is labeled as a solar input. And it goes to the solar charger. I'm not sure if it's an MPPT or a PWN. That's one thing I have no idea about. I didn't have great success with charging this, unfortunately. I have to redo that test when I do the solar as well, but for me there were only 15 watts going on, which was kind of surprisingly, because usually the max output from the cigarette lighter in the car is 120 watts. And 15 was oddly different. That's one thing. And we do have this panel up there. It's a foldable panel, and it does come MC4 connectors. It's probably one or 2 feet maximum with those MC4 connectors here, and it does come with an extension. And in this case, we have the MC4 connectors extension, and then we have the XT60 connector male on this side. Down here we have a male connector. Here we also have a male connector MC4 coming in, so I cannot use this extension cord at all for this device, how they delivered it. I need to have another extension or another adapter. I can also not use the car charger, so I need another adapter cable. So everything's color labeled, so red to red and black to black. And I will put the solar panel into the sun. So it won't be the ideal angle, but it will do a job to test it for now. I'm taking one of those adapters, which I have already, which has the MC4 on one side. And does have, I guess, this one is the female, not a male. So I will use this adapter instead of the other one. because I need from male to female. There we go. And again, the adapter, it's here, all the way up to the solar panel, which is right now just laying on top of my Jeep. Ideally it should be tilted, but it's not, but we do get 80 watts. Alright, with all those tests we've done, you've seen pure sine wave, which is great. We were able to pull continuously more than 700 watts, almost 800. We were able to trigger the overload protection. And by the way, speaking about all those protections, I do have here more information which I didn't share with you yet, but life cycle lithium iron phosphate battery, as I mentioned. Here they say an LFP, but on the website and also on the cardboard box it says lithium iron phosphate. This one. So 4,000 cycles with battery capacity remaining above 80%. Then we have those protections: over voltage, overload, over temperature, short circuit, low temperature, high temperature, under voltage, over current, disconnection, and balance protection. So it comes with a lot of protections, and here's also a screenshot just to understand again what they have. And did you know this device, the cells are UL 1642 certified, and the whole machine, they call it UL 2743. That is good to see, and I like that. And they also include a warranty card, 2-year warranty since the date of purchase. So that's, I think, pretty good for such a device. So regardless of the solar capability at the moment and also the app, I used this device and I used it for different use cases. One was, I mentioned, the fridge, which I had some struggle with. I used 2 different fridges, car fridges in this case. And at one point it just goes into power saving mode and turns off the inverter, which is not good in a fridge or with a fridge at all. So that's something which I would like to see improved. Speaking about nice size power station, here you can see it, just to get an idea. And my head, I mean, you haven't seen my head in real probably, but that's the device. And well, here the fans are pushing out air here in the front, looks like, and pulling in at the back, I don't know. That's the power station. And I didn't show you the bottom, but it has rubber feet and it doesn't move around. So that's nice, it's quiet. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see the follow-up video for solar and for the app. And maybe there's also capacity in it next time, because I have to charge the battery back to full. Put your questions also in the comments below, because I can then talk about your questions in the follow-up video. Thanks for watching. Cheers!